We're jumping into coastal cliffs, and we've just seen House of Lancaster, but it is time to see them again, as they're going to be facing off against the Delhi Sultanate. House of Lancaster here, Mariette. On a map like coastal cliffs, the villagers are going to have to travel the extra mile at the beginning for that stone.
It's not a pick I think I've actually seen before on this map at all. I'm sure it's been played, I just haven't had the chance to see it yet, but I mean, it's a bit akin to picking Byzantines here, right? Which we have seen in the past a fair few times with varying degrees of success. The issue is that stone at the end of the day. So I would say that obviously Lancaster is even less reliant on the stone than Biz, at least initially, right? They only need 300, whereas Biz ideally wants to get up to that level 5 system, which demands quite a bit more stone than that. But they do get some passively from buildings, which helps out. But I mean, in theory, it should be pretty good, right? I mean, the map is a third of Dry Arabia, really. The crossing distance is shorter, courtesy of that more narrower spawn. So quite good for the lords. And moving out onto the stone, you know, it's far away, but it's often not too difficult, especially because Lancaster often has the map control in these matchups. Might be a bit different against Delhi, though, because of how rapidly the turnaround time is from Feudal Age into having suddenly 10 Ghazis on the field.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. I wonder, we got like two extremes here as well, with the Hobbler, like one of the lower end horsemen up against the Ghazi Raider, one of the higher end horsemen. We're gonna be able to find out just exactly how this one's gonna play out as we're jumping into our game number 1 now. We've got Delhi here being played by VS Anotand in the color yellow. The other side of the map playing in the color blue. We've got Wham01 playing as the House of Lancaster, and he's actually going to be going for a Dark Age rush here up against the Delhi Sultanate. And what a good map spawn for him here for the strategy, as Anotand, both his berries and his gold is forward.
Exactly right. Typically, spear rushing against the Delhi Sultanate can have mixed results, right? They do have the scholar that's going to be able to heal the villagers on the gold, so that loses value. Which means that you will need 3 spears to outdamage the healing as opposed to 2. But it's still value to be gained, because nowadays we always see Delhi going for Dome of the Faith, like 99% of the time. There's just so much value to be gained there. But if they push off of gold, then suddenly you don't have nearly as many scholars as really you need to justify the Dome. Even with the discount, you will be unable to afford them, so... And I mean, with a spawn like this, I don't think we'll see it, but a tower wouldn't be really a terrible idea here, right? You can deny the berries, you can deny the gold, or you can deny the gold and the initial top portion of the woodline.
The issue with that always is, like, Delhi is not an easy civilization to tower rush in the first place, like, at all, because they do have the early scholar, and even though it's just one, just having one early scholar, the healing means that you can reliably like pull villagers for outpost burns before the outpost gets finished up. And here as well we can see just it just takes one scholar, and yeah, at least the scholar can't heal himself, so that's always something to keep in mind. But I doubt Anotand's just gonna let that scholar go down.
Yeah,
I get enough
sure.
at least for the age up.
And the gold is pretty far out, right? We can see the range. These spears have a lot of room to maneuver here, even all around in front of the mining camp. We do have just enough. Oh, do we have? Yeah, we have just enough there to age up here for Anotand. So he's not gonna do anything crazy. He's gonna pull off 3 spears was the investment here from Wham, and there is no further wood gathering on the way. So no tower. It's just gonna be straight towards that age up.
Are just going to be burning down the mining camp here. Some value gained.
Dome actually being rushed up with 6 here from Anotand. I guess it makes sense, right? Because you're not gathering gold, it means you have additional villagers gathering either food or wood instead. So you'll be able to afford archers earlier, meaning that you can push away the spears earlier as well and get right back on that gold. Wait. Lancaster Castle?
To secure deer? Okay. And a boar. Deer, boar, gold? Okay. He's cooking.
They're
And he's going out
gold.
to the gold stone in the back.
Yeah, that's actually all of his golds, except the neutral ones in the middle being secured. I mean, and the stone at the back, right? This is actually an incredibly high value Lancaster Castle. But it's a bit strange because Lancaster Castle, out of all feudal outpost landmarks in the game, is by far the weakest one.
The damage is better, but you can't garrison in it.
It's true, you can't garrison, and the attack speed is relatively slow as well. Actually, no, it might be standardized, I believe, across them. I'm not too sure. I mean, it is undoubtedly very high value. There's a lot of res there to secure, but I mean, where are we going to drop the mana is my question. Do we drop them right there at the front with the Lancaster Castle for the additional health and arrow slits, or...
It would make sense to fortify the position, especially since there's a boar there as well that you'll definitely be interested in taking. I mean, the wood line is close as well, so you can like have like all of your most of your economy can be pretty secured there.
It's true indeed. You can really lean that side. I mean, you don't need anything on the left here, really, if you're Wham here. You can just easily throw up a wall, cut off completely the left side of the map, and you just play in that top square, and it's a very, very cozy square at that.
Now I have the first couple of Ghazi Raiders coming in, which is somewhat interesting considering that Wham has opened up with the Spearman. So no Archer opening. The Spearman, though, is already very low health, so even the Ghazi Raider could pick that one off. Looks like he's going for it. Let's take that one down. Yeah, and it's just gonna get healed up again.
I do like the Ghazi opener here, though. It reminds me a little bit of the Delhi up against French or JD matchup, even where you know they're going to have knights, and you know they're going to have knights earlier than you have Ghazis, but you still want to open Ghazi Raiders for that tempo, right? To be able to actually challenge the knights. You can heal the Ghazis, but you cannot heal the knights, at least initially, so you don't give away so much of your map control. So it's a similar case here, right? At the end of the day, these spearmen, they cannot really heal, at least, well... Anotand thinks they might heal with the Abbey, but it is Lancaster Castle at the end of the day. Yeah, we see. With a bit of micro, these spears can be cleared quite effectively by the Ghazi, so well played here by Anno, taking out the spears. Ooh, oh, that was close.
Close indeed, but we do already have the first manor coming up now. Actually, second manor about to be coming up for Wham. So already well underway with this economy. There we go, Boar is now starting to get aggroed onto. And, I mean, kind of tough for Boar up against the big old castle. Boar isn't really gonna be in the best of spots when it comes to taking this fight. No! He's actually gonna take it! He's gonna kill it! And the Boar is gone! No. It disappeared!
Oh no, Wham!
That's crazy value right there.
That is painful here for Wham. I mean, at the end of the day...
I still don't understand why that's a thing in the game.
Yeah,
like it's been said that it's an intended mechanic, and I don't believe it. I think the developers are gaslighting us when they say that that's an intended mechanic. I think they just don't know how to fix it, so they're like, okay, it's a feature.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to spin the narrative, right? At the end of the day, so it wouldn't surprise me too much. I mean, at the end of the day, right? There's still the day here, triple gold. Second berries behind it, the wood line, so, you know...
Still a good spot, but you suddenly lost 2.2k food.
That's a lot of food to lose, without a doubt. 10 Ghazis on the field already for Anotand, whereas Wham's spear numbers pale in comparison here, losing so many early on. That's at least something that doesn't feel good if you're Wham in this position. He does have the stone needed for the triple mana. The third one is now completed as well, as I speak. And, oh, this is so greedy. He's just going to go straight for Castle Age.
Yeah, it was going to be kind of hard for Wham to pull off, though. Villagers do evacuate in time, and they do have the short bows, which they can't always pull.
This here, like the Ghazis, yeah, from both sides trying to strike. Anotand is. I was out the gold, but now catches these villagers.
The spear can't be everywhere.
There's no wheelbarrow either.
The spearmen, they weren't even hardened yet. These are still Dark Age spearmen. They look the same as... They don't have a model for hardened upgrade.
Yes, they're actually hardened, but they don't have a model. You're completely correct.
There we go. They just
now
stood
it's
still.
coming.
They just T-posed for a second. That's when the hardened upgrade came in.
Exactly right. 2 villages going down though, that's pretty painful. Double sight lock in here for Anotand, who's gonna now pivot into archers just to prevent any kind of remassing from Wham. But that was such a good strike by Anotand. Not only does he find villager kills despite the presence of spearmen, but at the same time, it's not like Wham used his spearmen to delay the sacred sites either, so maximal value gained here from Anotand for the price of only 1 Ghazi Raider.
Now it's time for the age up to come in. Is he gonna... He's not gonna go King's College, is he?
Oh, he is. That's crazy. I mean, that's just crazy. Like,
Greedy. Are we gonna get mass hobblers? I mean, right now it would work.
it definitely would work. I mean, you know, it's easy to forget because of how popular White Tower has become, or Lancaster as well, but King's College honestly has some insane upgrades in it. Some really, really potent upgrades. I mean, we have the Collars of Esses, of course, as well as the Hobbler, but the... Ooh, as we say, another dive has come in. But the... I forget the name of it, but the bonus damage upgrade as well is also so potent, especially later in the game.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you mean.
It's really,
where all bonus
strong.
damage gets increased. Yeah.
Could pay big dividends
It
here
is.
in theory. We go Hobblers and
It's
Spearmen.
expensive, though.
Yeah, very pricey. Even with the discount.
Probably not something you can go immediately into. And he's just gonna start burning down the manors here at the front line. Very interesting. I do believe that we might be getting hill training in. We do not have the... we're actually getting veterancy on Spearman now. First manor is just gonna get burnt down.
Just like that. And the Scholars are pulled. Like, I think the Scholars can just blatantly out-damage the manors as well as the Lancaster Castle here. Scholars were centered on the different guards than the one focus, so one will fall here. These manors, like, there's just nothing really Wham could do. We can try to go knights here, but I mean, it's so easy for Anotand to pivot into spears, and with so many Ghazis on the field already, it's not like he can really contest this mass just yet.
Yeah, 2 manors down, and behind this Anotand, he's just gonna be able to age up himself. While he's massively decreased the scaling from Wham now by taking down 2 villagers and 2 manors.
Nose Guard now in
Hobblers
queue
now
as
coming
well.
in.
The Hobblers, we did... I don't think we saw hill training yet, if I'm not mistaken, but we do
He did.
have the...
He did like immediately queue it.
Ah, yeah, then okay. But we do have veterancy coming in for them as well. Decap attempt from 1 spearman is going to get intercepted. There's less sacred sites here, only 2 as opposed to 3 like on most maps, so then it doesn't get as much value, but in turn they are easier to protect for them at the same time, so... Pros and cons.
Now that we do get Hobblers in, the issue is that Anotand, at this point in time, he's already prepped his Spearman now as well. There we go, charge damage is coming in, is quite nice now from the Hobblers.
The Hobblers, you blink and already there's 10 on the field here for Wham. And Anotand was trying to go for that age up, but is now forced to reinvest. This never feels good, but the Hobbler do get surrounded here, and the Ghazis just butchered them.
Yeah, they have to be very careful here, but as you said, Anotand, the reinvestment has just pulled him quite far away from the age up now. And Wham, yeah, that is not a fight that he can take at all. He does have an Earthguard here, and, you know, men-at-arms, they tend to beat horsemen, but Ghazi is the exception to the rule.
Exactly right. This is an interesting little bait and switch from both players. I mean, Wham was pushing out with not much of a mass, probably expecting Anotand to go for that age up. And Anotand, I'm not sure if the reinvestment was an active choice to punish that move out, or whether it was a bit of a slightly scared decision, right? Thinking he might lose map control completely. It's always a very interesting dynamic, I find. But now, after taking that good fight, he pulls the trigger, also learning on the way for him.
It's funny every time you see the Hobblers just without the charge, and they do like no damage without the charge. Charge is massive, but anything after that is anything but.
Exactly right. Similarly to Camo Lances from The Ayyubids, of course, weaker stat-wise in almost every way compared to regular knights, in this case horsemen. But if you're able to use the charge maximally, they become very, very potent units. As Wham is looking to do now. Hobolars and Spears is the choice. It's like Wham has stopped unit production for now, having a few food struggles at this point in time. No monastery yet either, so no monks to collect any relics here for him. Archery range as well.
Reinvested into one of the manors. Ooh, that I don't like the spot of the manor though. It's very far forward. Not even sure if that's still inside of the influence of the Lancaster Castle. Yeah, it's not in the influence, but just a normal manor.
Yeah, probably realizing that the influence didn't do too much for him earlier, so probably doesn't bother with it now. Condensed land practice is coming in as well, so looking to go up to 6 potentially, Wham is, but he actually went off of stone at this point in time. It seems a little bit messy here from Wham, I have to say, in this game number 1.
Man,
Slow down the unit.
Pretty solid here.
Yeah.
There it is. Pikes is coming in now as well, so the range upgrade. And the archers will be there. Makes it much better for them to contest the yeomen.
You see the swath of Delhi upgrades now in queue for Anotand. Of course, every single one of them is completely free. Main Delhi bonus in this case. Plenty of scholars on the field as well. Relics are next on the menu for Anotand here. Wham! Now making a scout as well. Definitely needs that vision. More hobolars have been made. And now looking to go pivot into crossbows as well. Third mana has been completed too and is now back on stone yet again. So looking to go up to 6. But the military count is, tells a very telling story.
As though the hobolars are starting to take some better and better engagement. And trading out quite nicely, but I think okay, for a second, before that elephant was cute, I was like, is Anotand thinking about Imperial Age? And he could still be thinking about it.
That's a nice thing with Delhi. You tend to often get away with that Imperial Age. A bit more difficult on this map, of course, especially with no keep to help out. The elephant is coming out, and the elephant, I mean, that's a unit.
We're just looking at Wham's economy and like his army composition right now, and the question truly is, what is he doing? What is his game plan? What are his goals right now? One goal right now.
This is risky.
Oh my god, okay. Gets the relic denial in, at least for the time being. But it's not really something that you can like keep up with, I feel like. There is a knight now also about to find villagers out on the berries. Those are gonna have to get pulled inside the outpost. Wham, he's doing his best just trying to be active, raiding on the map. Well, that's in mass, like with the charge, actually able to take down the knight there.
Hobolars en masse, they're so cheap and they produce so quickly with the King's College. Hill training upgrade that just running around like this is really effective, but I have to say this type of strategy would be so much more potent on you know, a dry Arabia or another kind of open map. There's a bit of value here, but well, I'm still looking to make it work, but the elephant is on the field and I mean that's certainly going to be a stopping stone here for these Hobolar and will demand a lot of respect. The Ghazis are also upgraded at this point in time. Spearmen now also veterancy just clicked in for them. I mean, this is such a fully encompassing composition here from Anotand. He's able to answer everything.
Wham is now on 6 out of 6. These manors for the time being. He hasn't used the levying yet. Maybe that's a way that he can get enough units in to muster a defense. It is expensive though, and yeah, he would need to mine up a lot of gold for that. The Shire Levy could be getting 14 yeomen in with that. That would actually be enough for him to contest the archer count from Anotand. It would also give him an answer to the spearmen.
It would indeed. Big investment necessary though. Not only do you need the blacksmith upgrades, which are still to be gotten, even the tier 1 here from Wham. We also need the veterancy for the yeomen, as well as ideally, of course, the arrow volley.
Great once again. Still 2 sacred sets kicking behind us, and Anotand, I mean, he's on 70 military right now compared to just 35 from Wham. Value looking a lot stronger as well. And now we're truly at the point in time where Anotand can just go up into Imperial Age, and there's nothing that Wham can really do at the moment to deny that.
Yeah,
He is heavily on gold at the moment. That makes me think that he's trying to go for the levying.
It makes sense, right? And Anotand, I think you're right about the Imp. Did get a second elephant now, but he's only producing scholars and playing pretty conservative with his army, just controlling the sites. This must be Imperial Age, and I feel like once that's in, I mean, Wham is starting to get a really scary army together here, but I just don't think the timing is there to really punish this Imperial Age if Anotand just falls back defensively, especially because of the elephants and the choke points will just absolutely brutalize this Hobula.
Tsar Academy, okay. So we're not going to be getting the Sultan's Palace. Instead, the Tsar Academy generates 12 food per minute for each upgrade that has been researched so far. And Anotand, he's getting an additional 4 scholars, and he's going to be on 20 scholars. He's going to be getting these Imperial Age upgrades in very, very quickly indeed.
The Tsar Academy, I mean, it's not something people are used to seeing, especially nowadays, but in this kind of a position, it makes a lot of sense, really. I mean, the food is running out, and Delhi often has a very difficult time transitioning, right? So the Tsar will really help.
It is essentially like a fully packed up Grand Fulani Corral instant.
Yep.
And of course, you're also getting Monastery with it as well.
A university, I guess.
Only 11 scholars garrisoned at the moment out of the 18 that he has. Right now, it's still taking a while for these upgrades to come in.
And
just given the signal.
Saving the wood on the monastery is also decently significant, right? I mean, on the university, excuse me, 450, quite a lot.
You're still probably gonna want to invest a little bit more into like additional monasteries, just because with Delhi, of course, the scaling is insane.
Of course, yeah. Definitely. Even a third blacksmith now being dropped for Anotand, wanting to get those upgrades in quick time. And this is the power of Delhi in Imperial especially. I mean, we see so many upgrades queued up. Most of them take a long time, but every single one of them is free. So really, Anotand just kind of have to sit back and relax a little bit, wait for some of them to come in. Then again, he can just reassert control over the center third, only drop a keep on each side, and he's going to be in a very cozy position.
Getting an additional 6 scholars in. There's still like 6 scholars just out on the map, not garrisoned at the moment. Could be garrisoned, and I think it looks like Wham is now also trying to go for his own Imperial Age up. He is gonna get the thing with the Imperial Age up for the House of Lancaster is that you're only really getting, like with the Wind Guard, you're only really getting counters out against non-ranged units. You're getting counters out against infantry, getting counters out against cavalry. Ranged infantry, not so much. You do have a cavalry point there as well, but Hobulas and what are they called? Like light lancers, demi-lancers?
Demi-lancers, yeah.
They're not that great. And oh, we're getting a panic Berkshire in instead.
Yeah, this is looking a bit scary here for Wham. Incendiary is still far, far away for Anotand, but plenty of other upgrades are in for him already. We just look at the blacksmith in comparison, it's quite a telling tale. Elite archers are in? No, not quite. Actually,
they are elite.
Yeah, and the Bakshi might potentially.
Oh, the archers are on the wrong side though.
Oh, the Hobula from the back. This could be terrible. The elephants are body blocking them as well, but they are there and they have massive AoE damage. The Hobulas cannot stay there for long. The crossbows are focus firing them as well. Bakshi will go up without paying too significant of a price. 3 free Earl's Guard as well upon completion. Not that it matters too much here.
Archers are reasonably getting cleaned up though. Crossbows are going to be able to deal with a couple of lances that are there, and the Berkshire is helping out behind all of this as well. Wham now has... I mean, this is a... I don't even want to call this like a possibility for him. but with the Berkshire, there is of course a unique bonus for the House of Lancaster, where the Berkshire makes it so that the bonus damage per keep on the Earl's Guards can now go up to 6. So they can go up to 6 bonus damage.
It's true. It does result in...
It's not realistic on a map like this. There's not that much stone to go around.
It does turn them into one of the strongest... actually, I think it might become the strongest men-at-arms in the game.
They are.
Yeah. Especially with the AoE dagger throw, which against a big blob like Anotand has can be very significant, but the level of investment is pretty high.
It really is. Now he's just starting up his food transition. Wham currently does actually have a very strong food income here, working for him at the moment. And gotta remember, not only is he 12 villages ahead, but with the Hussar Academy, it's more like 30. And Wham, sure, he's on like 6 manors, but a manor is more like 3 villagers. Footage hasn't been researched yet as well. And now a bombard is knocking at the gate.
Another understated advantage of the Hussar is, of course, because of the massive food income that essentially frees up a lot of population that you would need in villages that would be on farms otherwise, right? So, way more pop available for army as opposed to Palace of the Sultan. You do miss out, of course, on the Sultan Elephant. The double bombard, yeah, Anotand, he smells blood. He's gonna slowly ram Wham to the wall with this siege.
Spearman harassing here in the back right now. Decap could be coming in, which is being researched right now, but how much value are going to get out of that now that the bombards are starting to take down your manors? Might even take them down before Skutic finishes researching. And look at that, yeah. Without the landmark, the health is lost on the manors. They go down quickly. Skutic no longer being researched now. Crossbows and the Yeomen are trying their best. Getting help from the Berkshire as well. Just not enough.
Yeah, especially with incendiary arrows in as well. Just the damage output here is too significant. Wham is looking for an angle with these Hoblard. Get a good charge in, maybe get those bombards, but there's so much muscle on the ground here from Anotand with these elephants, with these elite Ghazi raiders. Soon to have biology only seconds away now.
The crossbows are struggling with trying to kill the elephant as well. The archer's just going to be taking them out now. Barely any crossbows remaining. Barely any hoblars remaining. Manors pretty much all gone. And there it is. GG comes in. Game number 1 will be won by Anotand here with the Delhi Sultanate.
A bit of a unique game number 1 there, I gotta say. Both sides playing in new ways, let's say that.
I mean, Anotand, this was just the classic, like, kind of like, I'm just gonna, you don't kill me, I'm just gonna go up to Imperial Age type gameplay.
Yeah. That is true.
And never leave Delhi to their own devices.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even with the Hussar, right? I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen Hussar Academy, that's for sure, but it's a great landmark at the end of the day, especially if you're able to get it very quickly. The earlier you get it, the better. Ironically, it's the exact same case with Palace of the Sultan as well. So you have choices there, but that was just filthy.
It really hurts. It does really hurt you a lot. And
why don't I think of that myself sometimes, you know?
Because you have honor. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's one of those things where it's unfortunate that it's like that in the game, but the dev said that it's intended, so you can't even like call it exploit. It's tough to argue, right? Like it's just one of those things that it would be better if that just wasn't in the game.
It's one of those situations, right, where of course it's allowed, and that's perfectly fine, and it's an intended mechanic. I understand the motivation for the realism behind it, and you know that's one of the reasons.
Realism.
Yeah, that's the reason, right?
Yeah, it's like there is no realism.
well, I guess the realism is meant to be that Muslim civilizations would not eat pork, right?
They wouldn't. But now I'm getting it denied as well. And
Yeah, it's a bit
cultural appropriation is what I call. Nah. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
unfortunate there. But I mean, that's why I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's why that's the main reason a lot of the Muslim civilizations have the berry bonus, right, to compensate for it. But as to it leads to strange situations like this where the boar gets killed, and yeah, it's a strange one. It's a strange one.
It is. Arguably, I just think it's an unfixed bug that's been turned into a feature. Anyways, next up, we're gonna be looking towards the next game here in the set. It's gonna be on Gorge, and we'll be taking a look at Japan versus China. China just making it through a lot today. It's like whenever there's Holy Island in, everybody's like, okay, KT, you're out, and China just somehow makes its way through, just like that.
Just like that. Quite notably here, though, I'm not sure if the sides, I think it's pretty sure it's correct, but Wham was the higher seed, right? So he decides to opt for Lancaster as opposed to China, which I find,
China.
And ends up.
He also didn't pick Zhuji. Like, it's kind of surprising to me that he didn't pick Zhuji.
Yeah, I'm exactly right. He just banned them out in the last stage. Because I mean, only Byzantines was taken away from him in the second round, whereas Japanese was taken away from Anotand. Looks like we have our. Oh, this is a fun matchup. This is a very, very fun matchup we have on our hands. Because I feel like China is China, right? They need no introduction. We all know how potent they are. But Japan is very interesting in this case, I think, because similarly, you remember we spoke about how Lancaster, especially in their prime, were such great picks. Was such a great pick against China and Jushi in particular, because they can punish when they run out of food so well. I think Japan has a very similar situation here, because Japan arguably has the smoothest farm transition in the game. Courtesy of that Kura, of course.
Yeah, the Kura is absolutely great. Just the farm transition, as you mentioned, it's incredibly smooth. Something to keep in mind, more often than not at the moment, I see the farm transition for China and Juji both being put behind, not just Pro Scout, but Pro Scout, of course, without a doubt, is just coming in before the farm transition, but also being put behind like a Yuan dynasty transition to go for pagodas, because you're getting a lot of resources in with pagodas in general, and I see a lot of players going for that even before farm transition. We're about to find out just exactly how this one is gonna be played out. One thing is for certain, we're gonna be getting a lot of knights in, as we do have Anotand playing as the Chinese here in the color yellow, Wham in the color blue playing as the Japanese, and I do believe that we are gonna be getting a Dark Age Barrack Rush from him, which, works at the moment, mainly because China likes to go for the no IO opener, so they actually do need the gold on the map.
It's true. At the end of the day, right, you still need to rush that gold in pretty quickly here if you're Anotand, specifically because you need that additional 35 gold to get your first official, and then you're fine, right? You can get even more officials. Sure, your Pro Scout is delayed, but arguably Japan, in a way, delays themselves more. I'm curious about the timing surrounding this. Obviously, it's very dependent on spawns and such as well, but do you actually delay China more in terms of their Pro Scouts than you delay yourself here as the Japanese? I think it might be the case, but I'm not sure. The timings around that, I think, are very interesting.
I mean, Japan, they're one of those civilizations that have the benefit of getting like a pretty big incentive to go for the Dark Age Barracks, getting it at like half cost. So that is quite nice for them, and I don't think you really delay yourself too much. The issue here is Anotand saw this coming, and he has pulled 4 villagers over to gold, so he is gonna have enough at least for the age up, but he still needs around 35 more, so that he's gonna be able to be able to afford an Imperial official as well. Looks like he's gonna be able to get that gold in that he needs.
Yeah, as long as you
Need it.
pull. Oh, just
Oh, this is gonna be close. It's like a little bit more than 30.
you check the gold mine, we'll find out. It's still not enough. No, it's still
It's not enough. It's 28.
Needs 3 more? Oh no. Yeah, 5 more actually, yeah. That's
Yeah, it's like 32, 32,
I mean,
35.
he can force this, and he's going to. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pulling the build. Spearmen, are they gonna be ready for this? He's trying to kill a Vil. Oh, let him go. Two. Oh, he's not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it.
Oh,
He's not gonna get it.
No. That's
He's
so
not gonna get it. He
painful.
doesn't have the gold.
Pathing around gold mines.
And he's sending out the weak villager.
Hello? Anotand? No.
Wham! If you realize, wham!
No.
He's going for it.
Anotand, what are you doing?
Like
no?
legitimately, so like, yeah. He's not getting the gold. He's
There's
not
no
getting
way.
it.
There's no way.
Kill him.
Is it?
Oh
He's
my
gonna die.
God.
He's dead. He's gonna die. He's gonna catch up, I think. Oh no!
Oh!
He just barely makes it. Mid animation.
Oh my god. The spearmen were worth it though. Kill the Vil. One is now, I want to say, suffering from a slight flesh wound at this point in time.
He's got a
And
scratch.
mental damage. The mental damage has been done.
Yeah, it is undoubtedly worth it. 2 spearmen in the Dark Age, even if they lose their life like this for 1 villager, I think you take that any day of the week for sure.
You take that deal.
Yeah, damn good deal. However,
Damn good deal.
so we do have indeed the official here coming out, and he's gonna be able to afford more. He's, you know, the painful thing here for Wham, although it's worth it getting that villager kill, the issue is that you no longer have the spearman blocking the gold, so you're not forcing an archery range out here. The bro scout timing is gonna be way faster than it would be than if your spearmen were alive. But, you know, you killed the villager, so it's good.
Yeah. I think overall, like, the value has definitely been gained at the end of the day. Would have, of course, been nicer if the spearman was still alive. Like, he forced the villager off without him actually carrying any gold. So he didn't actually need to commit to the kill. That's the unfortunate thing.
But let's be honest, you and I would have both committed for that kill.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Exactly. It was so close as well. Dying mid-animation, that's a bit of a painful one there. I bet Anotand gave himself a little smirk when that happened. As Wham probably shook his head slightly. Got a storehouse about to finish now, here for Wham. Stone gathering underway as well, so this is pretty telling, right? This is a good thing to do, I think, in this position as the Japanese. We're going to see a very early daimyo here from Wham, most likely.
Getting an geisha. I like that. Okay, never mind, he cancels it. I don't like that.
Just like that.
I like
Hot and
that.
cold instantly. Relocation can have a lot of potential here in feudal.
Such
It's just
a
a bit
fun
unfortunate. Yeah, without a doubt. Incredible DPS as well. The issue is the China pump, right? I mean, they can get so many damn archers out so quickly.
That looks like it's gonna be some horsemen potentially.
Spearman as well now from Anotand. Imperial examinations coming in ASAP for him too. Yeah, the stable has been spotted. The scow is
Wham
in
sees it.
position.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, no. We have wheelbarrow, double broadaxe, excuse me, coming in for Wham here. Yumi follow up as well. We have a
That's good.
full
And
trifecta
we're
of production
getting-
buildings.
Yeah, and we're getting the daimyo in, so we'll also be able to get a bannerman in as well. Just doesn't have enough gold at the moment for pierce damage or pierce armor, so it's gonna be difficult for him to achieve.
Already plenty of units on the field here for Anotand. He's going to look to press the issue. It looks like this might be a delayed pro scout situation here for Anotand. Quite a common and very strong build here as the Chinese. You just focus on pumping so many units out early and rely on the pro scout being being bought purely with taxes at this point.
It could definitely be an option, and now Wham, he's been pushed off of the gold now. Fall back for a time. Bannerman's now here at the front line as well. Not enough production at the moment. Supervision just proved to be a little bit superior here. Now Wham's gonna have to wait until he gets enough archers up, but Anotand's already on 12 archers.
It's pretty significant. The big thing here for Wham, though, is he does have the daimyo, right? So if he's able to just scale up these archer numbers, he will be able to actually fight effectively against these archers. The Yumi, the Bannerman, of course, are just better. I mean, they have less health at the end of the day, and the damage is only compensated by the Bannerman to make it even. But the cost is the real thing, and as we mentioned, there's no Pro Scout yet for Anotand, so although the pump definitely looks in his favor, this is not sustainable long term. Well, the Wham has to be careful, right? We don't want to trade too much here, too early.
Not without the upgrades. What he could do in theory, thanks to the additional movement speed of the Yumi, is try and wrap them around, snipe off reinforcements. But it's difficult to do so.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Dangerous indeed. High risk, high reward. Instead he's going to opt to do that with the horseman. Almost picks off an archer, but not quite. The scout is being completed now for Anotand. Do we have a stable prepped for him just yet? I mean, there's no scouts in production, so...
Yeah, he hasn't had one yet, but yeah, he just placed it. Coming in now, yeah.
Instantly 4 scouts queued up. It appears like, yep, Steel Arrow on the way now for Anotand as well. Everything courtesy of taxes, so Anotand proving that high taxes can be very effective here as China. Who would have thought? 20 archers.
Knew that if you have Imperial officials supervising stuff, that you know, the economy would be flowing.
Surprise, surprise, eh? Oh, but this is what we mean, right? Now the sheep is out, right as the first day comes in. Yeah, this could be really scary here for Anotand as the Yumi count is looking healthy. Anotand does have a very significant upgrade advantage. He's going to have both of his ranged upgrades before Wham even has his first. It is now in queue, but it's going to take a while. No supervision for Japan, of course.
Scout does get picked off. Does have the movement advantage, of course, with the Yumi archers, so could be that that helps him a little bit when it comes to the 9 Pro Scouts a little bit, but I mean, all the deer are pretty much already picked up by Anotand at this point in the game.
Yo, we do have 2 horsemen patrolling that northern deer path, the one further away. That's going to prove a nuisance, but this spearman in position, so not too big of a problem now for him. More and more archers in QA for Anotand. And yeah, I like this horseman as well. The Yumi have to be respected. You cannot just play archer on archer against the Yumi here if your archers are just regular. Even with Chinese economy, I don't think that's an option. So the horsemen are now on the way for Anotand. Wham behind this. I think he set his mind on the next stage potentially as more Yumi in queue now as I say that.
He's definitely still going for it though.
Yeah.
He is amassing a lot of gold, he's amassing a lot of food. Just queuing Yumi in the meantime. Just because it's cheap and you want to use the remaining wood that you have in the bank.
And Anotand, I mean, he's getting the deer in, right? Plenty of taxes coming in as well. Doesn't even need to gather any gold to go towards the castle age. Man, taxes are insane. But he's still relatively far away, right? And I think he's kind of smelling now that Wham has that idea, because there's no more units mid-map here from Wham outside of those 2 horsemen. So yeah, we have to shift out onto gold to get even more power being placed as well. I think some nice, much-needed vision, as well as protection for him. Wham is going to be the first on his way, but it's not like Anotand's going to be that far behind, not only because of the economy, but of course, the faster build speed for China, a massively useful bonus in these tight timings especially.
Yeah. Age up is going to be coming in. Similar timings from both players. Loading gate will be choice here. Wham. And with Imperial Palace. Both players roughly 10 villagers, so Anton's gonna finish quite quickly.
Yeah, he's actually going to be ahead of Wham here in timing because of the rush up with the villagers. It's pretty good. China's a good civ.
They are. They are until they aren't. I feel like the second Pro Scout gets nerfed, because we just saw it here, like he was about to run out of food completely. The second Pro Scout gets nerfed, both China and Juji, they're gonna have to go back to their roots. Maybe we'll see some more 2TC and granary transitions coming in with them.
Yeah, it's true. I think they might find themselves, at least initially, they will definitely struggle a little bit to adapt, right? Until the next optimal strategy gets discovered, of course.
Mm-hmm. And he already has all the Castle Age upgrades in on these archers.
Yeah, these timings here by Anotand.
I'm just gonna have to activate.
A bit scary. The villagers are on the run. Osman intercepted here as well. Mounted Samurai in queue, but yeah, Wham really wants to avoid this.
I'm gonna go for the fight, and oh my god, look at how quickly even the Mounted Samurai falls. One in queue.
Yeah, the timing here from Anotand is really scary. I mean, he's supervising the blacksmith upgrades as well behind this. Got some decent value, pushing Wham off of the berries, so idle time achieved, and the first Mounted Samurai was, let's just say it did not really pay for itself, that's for sure. But now Anotand adding his own lancers in, which is, I gotta say, it's a bit scary, right, because your lancers and your archers are just weaker than Japan's in this position. Now the veterancy is in for the Yumi at this point in time. Steel Darrow level 2 coming in for Wham as well, but some ways out still.
Yeah. Only Wham's able to push Anotand back again. Anotand, he's got a lot of knights there in the middle, in the mid map, just waiting.
Ah, look at
what
this.
Exactly he's waiting for.
I think he's trying to bring Wham in as close as possible until he charges in with the knights, I think. Which might be the time now, but he sacrificed a lot of archers to do so, and like, I mean, the Yumi, you know, they're more vulnerable than regular archers, but they're so fast. It's not like you're really going to be able to mop up this mass here from Wham, so Anotand pays a heavy price for this little trap. He's going to get some value here, as the Yumi have to retreat. Plenty of Mounted Samurai on the field, but most of them are not here. Where are they? Are they going raiding, or are they quite far away? I'm not sure, but suddenly looking quite scary here for Wham.
There's something happening on the deer, it looks like.
Little skirmish, maybe. Oh yeah, there's one knight.
Ooh, no, there's a knight raid.
Ooh, 4 of them dead. Villagers. That's quite painful. But the archer mass from Anotand is dwindling fast here.
Have more knights, though.
That one Lancer found a lot of value with the 4 kills on the berries there. First relic secured for Wham as well, just brought under the safety of his base there. Wham.
One placement also coming in. Knight not quite going down there.
Yeah, Wham not quite, is not going yet for his secondary ranged armor. Not able to afford it yet. 250 gold is a hefty price tag at this point in time, especially when you're making as many Mounted Samurai as you can. And Anotand looking to take Wham's own deer in turn. Surely he won't allow this. But they were dead, so he might not see that they were actually picked up. I think he's gonna get away with it.
Yeah. There's no way for Wham to get those deer back now. Same time, Anton also going out for the boar. He's taking all the natural food on the map.
You wonder here. Anotand, yeah, the knight count keeps climbing here. We had one crossbow out, but I think you'll need a little bit more than that to deal with these Mounted Samurai. Shinto Shrine coming in for him as well, just to deposit those relics, maybe get some manually produced Shinto priests as well. Massive villager Congo line towards the deer yet again, as well as the berries most likely. Plenty of food out here for
Classic
Wham.
Mio macro.
Oh, indeed.
Right now behind this, I mean, the military is still looking really good for Wham. Almost evenish knight count. Anton's now adding in some crossbows as well, which is quite nice, but crossbows are still gonna get picked off by the Yumi archers.
He did manage to sneak out onto that boar on the right side, Anotand has, so that's gonna really help out his food income here for the while, because I don't believe there's too many of those deer left at this point in time. 2 more on the way back, of course, but yeah, there's only 1 carcass left at this stage. 2 more soon to be under that mill as well, so Anotand is going to start to go very soon into the difficult stage of China here. He still has plenty of berries, but of course the income is way lower than from the deer. And the crossbows is a prudent choice, right? Like, especially as you'll be forced on the defense here as Anotand, you will need them to deal with these mounted samurai.
It looks like Wham was able to secure 3 out of 5 relics, but Anotand's now starting to take their Sacred Side, and Sacred Sides do give you a lot more gold overall than a relic. Just a little bit harder to keep control of.
More and more crossbows in queue now. Wheelbarrow coming in for Anotand behind this as well. Meanwhile, Wham has had his economic upgrades for a long while now. The income still looking pretty close for both players. Of course, very heavy on food Anotand is, and light on wood. Compared to Wham. 2 farms being trickled in here for Wham as well.
Raiding
underneath that
the board.
Ooh.
With a lot of knights, but there's also the army from Anotand over there. Can't quite engage into that.
Double outpost as well. Makes it very difficult to find any damage here. Anotand recognizing the importance of this boar. You know, Wham still has his own boar that he could take if he so chooses. Can't be killed and deleted in this game.
Not this time. Oh, Anotand. He didn't have survival techniques this entire time. That's pretty massive.
That is actually really massive. That really could have hurt his... Well, it definitely did hurt his timings earlier on. But he's going to kick himself when he sees that, win or lose.
Player's just continuously massing a lot of knights. The issue is that in mass, Wham's knights are a lot better. Not just because they have that effective arm, but also because of the Uma just increasing the damage by a ton. You can get those knights up to +7 damage in Castle Age, which is absurd when you think that China can only get them to +2. +7 is a whole number. It's a whole nother level there. Looks like there's a raid going on, or about to be happening, on Wham's side on the gold. He's got that yet. I hope he's got a couple of outposts there. Definitely he's gonna need them. Does have 2 there. That's gonna be enough though. And he's finding the villagers. Wham, late on the reaction. Ready that village.
Yeah, that's a lot dying there. And I don't know if we have a Yorishiro inside the main TC yet, but that would definitely be very helpful in this position. Like you mentioned, Wham's knights, the mounted samurai, are just superior in so many ways to Anotand's, but the crossbow count is now definitely at critical. They can easily one-shot these mounted samurai with every volley, so this has to be respected here by Wham.
Wham, in theory, now could be going for mass on Amusha. They do have more range, and you can typically, like, snipe both crossbows and archers with them before Imperial Age.
That's right. The Whistling Arrows upgrade will make that even easier. He does decide to go for it. He has some on the field already. Spears are going to be added as well, just to have a little bit of padding on the front line. Not that they're really that needed, though.
Big mass of knights, though, and... Oh, Anotand, he's got a scout there. He sees the villagers, all the villagers there on the berries. Wham, does he even have an outpost there? Does he know about this? Wham, he saw the scout just there.
Yeah, he did just kill it. I don't know if he actually saw the samurai killing the scout.
This is gonna be devastating in just a little bit. He sees the knights now. Wham, reaction.
He's paying attention, but
let's pull the villagers back.
His army is completely out of position. He's doing a push at the same time. This could be disastrous for either side here, actually. So many villagers will go down here for Wham. Okay, he backs off. This is a double-edged sword. He's going to be able to clean up the raid.
A lot of villagers dying.
Yeah, at least 5 here are just dead. There's so many more in the north as well that I don't think Anotand knows about. Oh, yeah, he's panicking. Cows are being rushed up.
It's in the wood line are gonna get found out, but the knights, they've been found.
Oh, good intercept here from Wham. So much damage dealt on those knights.
Not that much damage done though, and now Anotand, he's doing the farm transition behind this granary transition, so good food income now should be coming in for him soon.
Yeah, these raids really buying Anotand the space he needs to safely start getting in plenty of those farms underneath the granary. Barbican of the Sun is also all the way on that large gold vein, securing that. So innately faster villager production now for Anotand's China.
And I'm almost 20 villagers behind now. Back all of these raids. You have to find a way back into this, and I mean, this is typically it, right? Like when this farm transition is coming in. And he's on 35 crossbows right now. And Wham, though, he suddenly added in a lot of spearmen. There's still a good amount of archers from Anotand's side as well. It's gonna be a tough engagement. Dodge now next up.
This is the type of point, I mean, ideally would have been earlier, right? But the classic CSO patented on obligatia switch will pay a huge dividends here. But of course, it's a bit too late for that. The clash does come in. Wham had enough. He got pissed off by the raid and is looking to just close out the game outright. There's so many crossbows here, but the front line from Anotand is severely lacking. Nothing but lances here, and fewer of them than Wham, who's our superior. He scored at the choke point. That's a horrible place to be caught here for Anotand on the retreat. So many of his crossbows going down. Half of them left at this stage. Anotand caught at the worst timing. This is what we were talking about, right? The farm transition, not enough time for them to pay off here at the choke point. Now working against Wham somewhat, as the Mounted Samurai get pinned down in place. But the crossbow count is anemic compared to where it was. It's too much.
Like that, Anotand, he's got no more military left, even though he killed so many villagers. It was not enough, and GG, Wham able to even out the set now in the second game.
What a game here in game number 2. We see China take a rare loss here at EGC Masters Fall. But as we mentioned, this is not it's not like China is cut and dry all the time. Japanese, Wham, making full use of that timing there to punish Anotand's farm transition. Very well played there, finding the perfect time and the right spot to fight. Very, very well done indeed here. Tough fought victory though. Anotand did a great job with those raids. But in the end, Wham closes it out.
It looked very close there at the beginning, and very shaky as well, when there were just so many villager kills coming in from Anotand, and Wham just struggling, I want to say, a little bit with keeping the villagers alive. But at the end of the day, the farming economy, the farm switch had to come in. This was such a close one with the villager just barely able to escape here. 1 health remaining on that one. Just able to return there. Yeah, once again, like these raids, they have been like buying Anotand so much precious leeway in this game. Even this raid here was so worthwhile. You killed 5 villagers. You only lost like 2 knights on the retreat, so it was definitely still worthwhile. I think the main issue there was Anotand, like when he realized, okay, now it's my farm transition, now I gotta just hunker down a little bit. We never really had like the classic transition into siege, right? Like that's what kind of like loves to play into whenever they do have to go for that farm transition. Just add in a couple of nested bees. That way, it's gonna be super tough for your opponent to really go for any of these engagements.
Very true. That's normally what allows them to survive during that farm transition when they are most vulnerable. A part of it is, of course, the Imperial Palace as well, right? You get incredible vision and knowledge of your opponent's economy, but at the same time, you give over what later becomes an incredibly valuable defensive landmark, able to produce that plus 50% health siege, which is pivotal in these positions. Of course, you can always make a siege workshop and produce them normally, but that never feels good as China, right?
Yeah. It's, as soon as you like see the first couple of units hitting non-clockwork nest of bees, and you're like, okay, just suddenly the health just gets chunked down so much, and you're like, this would have been like not even a problem here for clockwork nest of bees. But next up, we're going to be jumping into Frisian marshes. It's going to be the Malians here for Wham, up against the Ottomans from Anotand. gonna be an interesting one, as we do have Anotand starting us off here immediately with the Dark Age barracks coming in here for the Ottomans, and wham, in the color blue with the Malians does have a forward gold spawn. Just gonna need to be extra careful here with how you react to that. We're seeing like the patented Canadian outpost mill next to the pit mine.
Certainly the very popular way nowadays it is to defend against this Dark Age aggression for the Malians. And instead it's going to be a third house here for him. Normally we see it either before or after those initial 2 houses for the Malians, but I'm going for more instead. And historically, oh, looks like it might just be 3 houses into the outposts follow-up here for Wham. But you can see how the timing is just a little bit strange here, right? Because without the house, he would already be able to build the outpost, of course, but instead he has to force drop-off now to do so. Historically, this matchup, I gotta say, has been looking a little bit Ottoman favored, right? As long as you survive that scary time in Castle Age, it's not too bad for them.
Look at what Anotand's doing. He went for the dock, and wham, scout out the dock. So he didn't build the outpost because he thought that Anotand was just going to be playing on water. So now is he going to be making barracks instead?
I'm not sure what exactly you can do here, because, yeah, it's going to be the barracks. I mean, it doesn't feel great, because ideally, again, you go for that barracks after the first 2 houses to line up well with the wood drop-off timing. And even then, I mean, you need a little while to get the Donzo numbers together. You have to fully maximize the use of the spear throw. However, Anotand, as you mentioned, right, invested in that dock, so it's not going to be too many spears here for Wham to handle because of that. He's going to be able to push away these eventually and secure himself the gold. But Anotand is scaling instead behind this, and the play for the dock kind of tells me that this is going to be a very aggressive game here from Anotand.
Donzo in now. You can just kind of like keep them on stand ground, and they'll automatically throw their spear whenever it's off cooldown.
Donzo,
And then you'll get some damage in.
He did split the spears though, right? Like the first volley went onto one spearman, and then the second volley from 2 spearmen now went on a different one. It's something you want to avoid, but of course it's... The thing is, they do throw the spear automatically if they're in range and they have it, so you gotta pay attention to it if you really want to maximize it. Not always easy to do.
Isn't that... At the moment,
Seems
like
Anotand.
Wham's in a pretty good spot, because he is getting like a ton of just passive gold income here that he can spend as soon as he reaches the next age. Looking at the dock and the pond, Anotand doesn't have like a great economy lead behind this. I'm wondering why. Something that I'm missing? Like 17 to 17, but Anotand has gotten like 2 fishing ships, doesn't he?
You're right. Something seems off here, no? Is this a missed villager production?
Oh, never mind. No. It's not. It's the classic. It's a classic. We've been bamboozled.
Oh, yeah.
The fishing ships count as military. Yeah,
I remember. Yeah,
every time I fall for it.
Aye. Debated indeed. We have been yet again. Lancaster Castle on the way here for Wham with 6. He's going to be way ahead of Anotand here in the age up. But Anotand, of course, has that extra economy behind the courtesy of those fishing ships. But, you know, as we have to mention, the fishing ships are, well, the shoreline fish themselves are limited. Once they're out, they are indeed out. So it's an economic boost that you want to leverage ASAP, really, to get the most out of it. And you can only really do that in Feudal Age. Anotand actually still investing in spears, even now.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of spearmen. You kind of need it when you're up against the Donzo. It's just that Donzos are, in theory, always going to be able to just trade more effectively because they do have that spear throw. We'll also send a villager out to try and repair the pit mine, but we're getting to the point where a lot of the Donzos are getting relatively low on health.
They are indeed, but the Matsukori is nearly finished. And once the Veterutsi comes in, these Donzos also have one additional melee armor compared to regular spearmen. That's what the extra cost goes towards, as well as the spear throw, of course. Anotand gets the dire news that he is now behind in age, and the Donzo count is looking pretty healthy. You just have to be very careful here with the micro. You go in looking for a surround here. Anotand is not in yet, but Wham is taking... Yeah, he's still taking it for some reason. I guess he might be worried about the Imams coming in and healing all of these. There's so many targets for the spear throw, though.
But as he said, there's the Imams now.
The Imams? Yeah. In position now. But they're not healing for some reason. Okay, now they are. I was about to say, what's happening there?
Those are gonna fall back. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a lot of healing that's gonna be coming in now. Twin Madras is getting rushed up with 10 villagers.
Stopped spear production. There might be an archery range on the field. That would make sense. That would be the reason why only now being dropped. I'm surprised there's no extra Donzos being pumped here initially, but I guess he knows that with the Imams now, even though he's ahead in age, he can't really fight this anymore. The Bitmine is on the heavy threat here. I think it might actually go down. I mean, you can't get out enough archers here as Wham to really stop these spears, can you? They can just brute
this
force
repair is
through it.
also not gonna be enough. You can't out-repair this many spearmen.
In the range as well. You can't even keep the villagers safe with the garrison either. The Bitmine falls, and that's a heavy loss.
It is 150 resources down, but at the end of the day, it would have been much like an investment to like outmass that with just Donzos would have been much more.
It's true. It's true.
Needs to be careful. You can't rebuild that too early. Cancel, cancel, cancel! Oh, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult to hold now.
Yeah, and buildings that are being constructed do take extra damage if they're being torched during it as well. It looks like Wham. Yeah, Anotand gets distracted by the Donzo raid, cutting off his reinforcements here and pushing him off of gold. So, buying much needed space here actually. It works out in the end for Wham. Well played with that. Secondary dock up now for Anotand as well, looking to scale his fishing even further. Looks like Anotand adding now his own archers. Several on the field now already. Looking to match Wham's investment here.
Donzos get the information on what Anton has been up to, and now the question is, what's Wham's response going to be? Looks like the response is going to be going into cattle den immediately, which I think is the correct one. I think at this point in time, it's probably too late to try and just match the dock. Not that you're really incentivized into doing that anyway, so probably best to just immediately go for a lot of cattle and try and match your opponent's additional food income that way.
Javelins now coming in for Wham instead. Definitely an apt choice, will deal with the archers very well of course, but also the spearmen really. I know some players think that the spears do very well against javelins, but I never thought so. It's good to just have a couple
of them in. Yeah, it's good to just have a couple in the army, because that way you start forcing archers additionally.
Yeah, but I mean, if you just kite, right? I mean, the javelins will do well. I mean, the numbers are a problem at the end of the day, because javelins take so long to produce, but if you're able to actually keep the javelins in place or push them all the way back to the base and use the torches of the spears, then definitely there's good value to be gained there.
Just reading here for the time being. Anton, he's got a lot of military out on the field right now. And a couple of those are ships, but still has a lot of military.
Yeah, it's a big significant count.
So many spearmen.
One piece of respite here for Wham, though, is the utter lack of military schools for Anotand. Ottoman's main strength, really, is not being utilized here by Anotand, instead opting for the docks and just pumping units organically instead. Mechter on the field as well, and this is pretty significant for him. That's going to really boost his fighting prowess, and Wham is sticking to his guns here with the mass infantry. Scaling jabs at a good pace, as well as Donzo's. Donzo production has also resumed. Anotand.
How many cattle are we on? 6 at the moment. It's still getting a good amount of income. The question I'm asking myself right now is how is Wham going to be placing these cattle ranches? Because he put a house like right next to the TC relatively early on. But it looks, yeah, he's still positioning them in a way that he would be going for Grand Fulani.
Yeah.
I don't think a Farimba would make too much sense here. A lot of military units coming out right now at the moment for Anotand. Up to 16 archers now, but we got enough javelin throwers to be able to pretty much one-shot at this point in time.
Yeah, Wham. Looking to try to match the count here, but you can see that fishing really paying dividends, allowing Anotand to command a significant military mass in comparison to Wham, and it's something that can get very scary very quickly. I mean, we're talking about, well, in my opinion, the best unit in the game in the form of the Sipahi, boosted by the Mechter, as well as the archers also boosted by the Mechter in turn. So this is a really scary army here for Wham, more scarier than your average feudal army.
Yeah, and Wham, he's respecting this. He has to pull some of the cattle out. A couple of the imams are being a little bit cheeky here, a little bit too far on the front line. Archers are going to lose their life here, though. And in theory, Wham, he's focusing them out and could get a couple of imam snipes here potentially. Able to commit to that in the end, though.
That would definitely be needed.
Taken. Gonna have to evacuate the villagers here. Ooh, that's a lot of them going down.
Oh, the interception. Yeah, he manages to switch directions just in time here. There's a massive amount of units here from Anotand, though. Doesn't have undermesh yet, but I think the Mechter might have been switched to ranged armor, so that will help somewhat. He's just looking to cause as much idle time as possible and just trade out these units. Looks like he's just outright winning the fight under his TC, Crackedy.
Is he? Not sure, like, the archers are all gone. Wham is still actively producing units here. He is causing a ton of villager idle time, though, at archers for sure. Even killing, like, a good bunch of them.
A heavy bunch indeed. 8 now dead in favor for Anotand. And yeah, he is. He just straight up wins the fight under the TC. That's insane. And Wham now with barely any military to speak of. Yeah, like somehow the imams are alive throughout all that. One will die now.
Okay, one. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Anotand did lose a lot of military for that, and as we mentioned, there's no military school pump behind this, but he used that space to add an additional 2 docks as well.
It's always one of these things, though, with the Malians, isn't it? Because, sure, you just did a ton of damage. No doubt about it. A ton of damage. They're not dead. They can come back. They got cattle.
That's undoubtedly true. They just need a little bit of space to do so, which Anotand for sure doesn't want to give. So he's going to just sit back for a little moment here, remass, get another good army together and look to push the issue further. And in theory, the lead that he now gains should materialize by then, especially with the fishing ships as well behind us. Oh, it's only a blueprint actually, so there's only 1 extra dock. Now the 4th is being added.
And letting up here. Investing more and more into the military. So many supplies out on the field again. He's gonna have to really like give it his all here to reinvest yet again.
Yeah, and it's easier
Now and then
done.
do some good damage.
But, yeah, the secondary vizier point has been chosen, and there's going to be Anatolian hills, even more food in the bank here for Anotand. Cows did pause briefly, right? We saw it was 9 initially, but then he ate 1, and now it's 9 again, depositing it in the ranch. They're not climbing as quickly as one would like, I'm sure, but the amount of units from Anotand also has to be respected here. Actually eating a lot of those cows, which is a nice bonus that the Malians have. They can do that, but it's not really something you want to actively do, especially in the feudal age. I mean, they cost a lot of gold, and you'd rather deposit them, but you know, on a map like this, where you're so contained in one corner, it's very risky to move out on external food against a unit like the Spa here, which is, I mean, frankly, I think it's just way too overpowered, this unit, but...
It is certainly very good. It is costly, but yeah, like, it is by far the strongest horseman in the game. Just all the bonus range. Honestly, in my opinion, Sapa is fine the way it is. It's just that horsemen, like normal horsemen, should also have that kind of range.
It is mainly the range, I would say, as well, for sure. That just allows them to win when really they shouldn't, honestly. There's the maybe the Imperial army behind this as well. Anotand sneaking in the age up behind this pressure. Can be very valuable, but it does give Wham some much needed space as the cascading continues now up to 10. And his army's looking very healthy now compared to before. The MIA could be significant now for Anotand. The timing, the upgrades are going to be very significant indeed. And Wham will need to find his own age up quite quickly here. Otherwise, he's going to be in the position that we talked about before, where although he has the answers he needs and the eco he needs to sort of contest the castle age, technologically he's just down in upgrades, so he will just not be able to trade favorably despite in theory having the better economy.
Has just been reached. Wham is not too far behind with his own age up. And it's always the thing with the Cal, right? Like, once you get that age up in with the Malians, your food income is just going to be looking really, really solid. Needs a little bit more time.
We have 100 additional stone in the bank for Anotand on top of his starting 50, so he could drop one of the military schools if he so chooses, but didn't do so yet. I wonder, did he buy that stone or did he gather it? I mean, getting exactly 100 seems unlikely.
He hasn't, right? Yeah, he hasn't built any
Yeah,
mining camp yet, so he actually bought it. Straight up bought it, yeah.
Interesting.
Might as well.
Why not, eh? You just need to actually use it. But it is very
it's
expensive,
actually worthwhile if you're not gonna, like, he saved on a mining camp, right? So it actually worth it.
It's true.
Military a little bit too far out of the base at the moment for Wham, almost, I want to say. Jacob comes in now, though. Upgrades getting clicked, and now Anotand backs off a little bit, realize, okay, the timing that I thought I might potentially have is not actually there. 7 fishing ships at the moment for Anotand. So he's actually more like 16, 17 eco units ahead at the moment.
We're looking to be in a somewhat similar position here to how we were in the Vortex Puppy series earlier, where Anotand, as the Ottomans compared to Puppy's Roost, gets that earlier castle age timing and wants to capitalize on it, but the window isn't really there. And it only went downhill for Puppy from then on. But in this case, Wham has a much slower army, and less of it as well, compared to Anotand in this case. So one military school has definitely been placed without a doubt, as we see 100 less stone here for Anotand. That scaling will be useful.
He has 3. He has 3.
Oh, he has 3 already. Oh, okay. He bought more stone then, it seems, and placed them quite quickly back to back.
Sahahi out here. Gonna get found out though. Gives Anotand the information that he needs. Wham now starting to invest into the sofa. And this is where we're starting to see the classic Mali come in. And Anotand now also finally going for some Janissaries. That's where Ottoman army composition starts to really get into its peak shape.
Indeed. With one Mangonel on the field too, second one now being produced for free by the Mechmed Imperial Armory. And the sofa switch is quite important here for Wham, right? I mean, typically, most civilizations struggle to go cavalry against the Ottomans, being probably the best anti-cavalry civilization in the game with the Janissary. But with Wham's economy and mobility, as long as he just avoids the Janissaries or prevents the number from reaching critical mass, he can really cause a lot of hurt and damage with his Sofa. Poison arrows on the way as well. So we're shifting towards that classic premium Malian army. You know, Anotand scaling crossbows behind us.
Sofa have been spotted. We're also seeing poison arrows coming in now. There aren't even that many archers yet, but Wham is going to be scaling into them now. Still difficult because there are, of course, the mangonels that are going to be coming in.
Yeah, and the mangonels, especially against such a heavy infantry, you know, quite tight mass here from Wham, at least initially until the Sofa count really builds up. Going to be very, very scary for sure. I mean, mangonels, they also benefit from the Mechter, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Did 50% attack speed, at least on paper, is
Already
pretty
almost
significant
100
for siege
military.
engines.
Yeah. Anton, he's got such a large military here now. It's really, really scary.
Yeah.
I'm getting siege crews in, so he's going to be able to garrison... Wait, no, okay, never mind. Was just hovering over it. It's something that we haven't seen in quite a while.
Quite a decent vizier point though, right? It's just a little bit clunky to use garrisoning units inside the siege, and actually you kind of miss out on that pop in terms of army.
Yeah, that's the
little bit
issue.
different.
Like, before
Yeah.
mangonels got nerfed, that was a really good vizier point.
Yeah, undoubtedly so. But this is a very interesting strategy here from Anotand. Like, he went from being extremely aggressive to now just sitting back, getting the mill schools he needs, and just not trading too much. But as I say that, the clash comes in. Plenty of Sofa, Donzo, and archers here for Wham. But the mass from Anotand is huge. Plenty of Mechters as well, so no easy snipe out here from Wham. This is undoubtedly a fight that Anotand is going to win, but the question is about that remass. Can Anotand withstand the remass here from Wham? But, I mean, with how quickly the front line here from Wham melted and how close we are to his base, I don't think so.
It was quite the fight. Wham, he just wasn't able to kill the backline that quickly enough, and Janissaries just made really, really short work of just about anything that Wham had at the front line. Now it's starting to get really dicey. Some of the villagers are actually getting killed there on the sidelines. Mass trying to fight back here, but the Spy are just pretty strong unit at this point in the game.
They
So
are
many of them
indeed.
still left alive.
The mangoes as well, connecting with the main army, rolling ever forward they are. And I mean, Wham is unable to deal with the normal army here from Anotand. Never mind the siege engines, it's just too much. The units are too strong. The premium Ottoman army almost here on full display. And although Wham may have the stronger eco, he just can't materialize it.
It's still 70 military units remaining at the end from Anotand. And Wham just cannot get the army out on the field. The last couple of military units now going down, and there's just no way to get Anotand out of his base. GG comes in. And Anotand now going to be the first one to reach match point.
Indeed. Once again, utilizing Ottomans to its full potential. One of Anotand's best civilizations here. Really putting the pressure on Wham early on, and then the timing. Getting the military schools in good time, and just... I mean, that's the thing, like, he just sits back, right? And the army just keeps building organically, getting to a pretty critical stage where Wham's eco is better. You just can't really trade out effectively against these units, and in the end, it was just a bit too much for him. Anotand placing himself firmly on match point now, but it is not over, and Wham gets the pick of the map now, so curious to see if he has a little ace up his sleeve here.
Away game. That was quite a struggle bus there at the beginning for Wham. He really just underestimated how much Anotand would invest into that Dark Age pressure. And honestly, I kind of underestimated as well. Didn't think he would commit that much. But it did end up working out quite well for him. Next up on the list, it is going to be Altai, and we'll be seeing the Ayyubids up against the Rus. That's a fairly interesting one, right? Like, Ayyubids in general, I feel like, especially recently, and with recently, I mean like the last 2 weeks, players have been going a lot more heavily into mass Manjaniques and just not even bothering switching to like rock projectiles, but just keep on the fire projectile, and the damage is so spread that it doesn't even like matter that it's not the rock projectile. You're just killing everything with them, as long as you have enough Manganiques.
Yeah, absolutely. You need about 4 or 5. I mean, the more the better, really, but 4 or 5 is sort of the breaking point where the damage starts getting severely out of control. And I mean, as you mentioned, the spread is so wide, way bigger than an SWB's. And the damage is low, sure, but it adds up so quickly with the large AoE and big numbers to the point where they cannot be dodged, quite simply. They cannot be dodged, so when it reaches that point, it's very difficult to deal with. This matchup in particular I find quite interesting because historically, even at Russia's peak, we have seen Iobids work. I mean, it depends on the players and the map, right? But we have seen Iobids do really, really well against them with a very specific build, notably going for that military wing reinforcement in the castle age and just straight up playing Desert Raiders against Horse Archers and winning outright because of that. See how much of that we'll see here. I'm quite curious. I mean, Altai historically a fantastic map for Rus. But that was old school Rus.
Yeah, at the same time though, like the wood formations still allow you to just place a ton of hunting cabins relatively early on in the game and just generate a ton of wood. That's not the best payoff-wise. It takes like roughly 5 minutes for a hunting cabin to pay off. But still, you're turning like a mediocre resource like wood into a valuable resource like gold. Definitely still an option here for the Rus. Starting off with the deer as well, very nicely in your base. You don't even have to go pro scout for the fast castle age. There we go. Game number 4, match point now for Anotand. Wham in the color blue, playing as the Iobit and nothing. Playing as the Rus here. It's gonna be an interesting one. Altai. Wondering at the moment just what kind of like plans await us from the Iobits, as recently I feel like especially Recon, he's been like putting up a couple of new twists on how he would play, or rather how he plays Iobits. And for example, we've seen Master Smiths coming in every now and then, and that's obviously very interesting when you see like an old strategy being like given new life and experimented with, and suddenly we got like an old strat that actually works in a new meta.
There's a lot of potential, right, with the wing. Similarly to the Templar Commanderies, there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of combinations that I do agree, even today, are a little bit unexplored, I would say. So, plenty of potential there as we see. I mean, what am I looking at right now, Crappity?
That was Anotand going for a big brain play and actually forcing Wham to go into the spot with the scout, where he's now trailing Anotand's scout.
Oh yes, of course, with the wall. It's always a bit of an iffy thing to do because of the post at the end of the palisade. I think he deleted it, right, to prevent the pathing through it. Most likely, and yeah, forcing the scout to go around is pretty significant here. Wham. Does have a decent amount of sheep, though, still found behind him. Of course, he is Iobits. He gets the berry bonus, so, you know, not as many sheep as you would have probably otherwise found, but not a big loss at the end of the day. I do wonder what we're going to see here, though. I mean, growth makes the most sense here, especially with the way Wham split his villages on berries. And then, as I say, it is logistics. Yep.
Logistics also still just very nice, because actually in this matchup it doesn't make sense. I was about to like give it a reason for existence, but like it's Rus, you're not, they're just gonna fast cast. So maybe the reason is you want to do aggression? Look at how disgusting Anotand's space spawn is, though. Like the wood line, it's actually connected to the cliff.
Ah, yeah, that's pretty nasty indeed. So there's only 2 narrow entryways between the 2 wood lines, and the wood line and the cliff serving as entry points to Anotand's base, besides the back 2 narrow entrances, of course. Golden Gate being rushed up with 6 actually here for Anotand. Yeah, logistics. You are right that normally loses some value in these cases where you can't really be aggressive with them, or where you're not being aggressed onto. However, we have seen this in the past where Rus fast castle timings get punished by Ayyubids with dives using the logistics wing. I know there's a few players that have become somewhat known for that. MSN, for instance. And that can definitely pay dividends if you migrate effectively, cause a lot of idle time in exchange for nothing but APM, really.
That's quite the quickly rushed up Golden Gate here for Anotand, at least with a lot of villagers. Timing overall fairly normal. Courtesy of just opening up with the deer there. Delay you a little bit. I'm wondering if he's still gonna be going for Pro Scout immediately, because on Altai there are actually still like a ton of deer out on the map that you can pick up.
There are, exactly. It's worth it in theory, right? If you can get those deer. It's a similar case, I think, to Front Range, where there's actually way more deer than on a regular map. So in theory, it makes a lot of sense. But the issue is the distance of a lot of those deer, right? It's quite difficult to get them back safely. And you start with a whole deer pack, that's 7. You have a second smaller one, that's 10. 6 in the middle. Already, that's more than you would get on most regular maps. Only by 2 though, so... But then you have the third one as well on the back there, to make it a total of 19. So it could in theory be worth it, but... I mean, if you start on deer like Anotand did, then... Yeah, that normally doesn't make as much sense, and we see Wham. Well... It's a bit of a signature move, isn't it? For the Canadian brothers.
Dervish deer luring. What a classic. What a classic to forget.
A throwback indeed. Rip deer pushing. Gone, but not forgotten. But apparently also not gone in this case.
Not gone, nor forgotten. It still lives on. And wham, he's getting a really, really good age-up timing in behind us. Look at that, he's so quick with the age-up. Like, Anotand's still far, far, far behind.
Yeah, I do wonder what Anotand's plan is. I mean, the investment into Wheelbarrow makes me think that there's some intention of feudal age play here, but the timing is just not there, right? I mean, what are you really going to achieve here? Especially with the spawn there from Wham. I mean, look at that gold. That is not an easy goal to push into.
Yeah, not at all. All the way in the back, firmly secured. Getting another stable? Got a second stable now for Anotand? Kind of wild. So, triple stable. Triple stable mass horseman. Hello? What?
Are we missing something?
I don't... Is he just like hiding that? No, he's actually sending them forward. Because there is a player that just that likes to like make like 15 horsemen and just put them inside of a TC and wait for, I don't know, something to pop them out. But yeah, this is.
But
doesn't
why?
Like not against this Civ. Like Ayyubid's gonna make camel answer. I don't know. Like, look at this as well. This poor horseman is getting bullied.
Yeah, I mean...
It's so sad.
The thing is the camel lancers, right? Like, what's the horseman going to do against the camel lancers? Unless somehow he thinks that Wham would expect horse archers, so he would go for desert raiders instead to counter. But I mean, it's... I don't know, this seems like such a stretch.
It is. He's just pulling the ships now as well.
Oh.
Goodbye, Mr. Horseman.
Well, that hurts quite a bit.
Will be missed. And then he's just making more horsemen. He's getting Pierce Armor in. He's gonna dive. He's just gonna go for the dive. There's no production. Oh, is he just gonna burn the production building? The one production building that Wham's gonna have?
Oh, I've seen this.
He's going
before.
for it.
Yeah. This is actually pretty significant.
It is. Oh, he didn't bring the dervishes back.
Yeah,
wait, what is going on?
No way. There's just no way.
There is, but also there is.
Unbelievable. He's going to lose so many villagers. Well, actually, is he, though? Because the Camel Lancer is in queue. The Dervishes are here. The Dervishes might be what determines whether he survives here or not. Because otherwise, he would actually be dead, I think. And it looks like, yeah, it's just too much. Actually, this is insane.
He's gonna lose his entire, like, villager advantage that he got with the age up.
At least. But this is an all-in move, isn't it? Like,
it is very much, and like
has to
the horseman in theory can't kill anything. He's just body blocking. The dervish has such a large like stature. Put it like that.
Is this enough damage though? I mean, a couple vills. Nah, probably not.
It's such a big. It's such a big all-in. It's such a big all-in. Like, the villager count now is even. He killed 7 villagers. That's nice, of course, but he's an age behind. And Anotand realized, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I didn't do enough damage. Quickly walled off my map.
Yeah.
And then he walled off the map.
Maybe that buys me enough time to survive here after this. I mean, the horsemen are going to serve as a good distraction, but I mean, the best they can do is try to hunt dervishes and delay Wham here, but I mean, he completely cancels out growth. That's good, right? But there's just nothing really behind this for Anotand, right? I mean, he has wheelbarrow and is now trying, looks like, to go towards the castle age. Actually bought wood?
Wood? Oh, he's going double. This is such a... This is a fever dream of a game. No, he killed a dervish! Okay, good.
Okay, that's a cook.
Yeah.
Unleash tier 1 now in as well. Nice little plus 10% boost here for the Ayyubids in gathering speed. Definitely significant bonus. And all of the upgrades in for Wham, except wheelbarrow.
Yeah, it took quite a while for Wham to get additional Camel Lancers out on the field. He's only on 3. The thing that I'm worried about, like Anotand, if you look at... Can we take a look at his Golden Gate tickets right now? Because there's like... Yeah, he doesn't have any left, so he's actually gonna mine gold to age up.
That's insanity here. Quite rarely you see this sight as there is, but this would be the map where this happens. 4 wars coming in here for Anotand, but looks like on the right side there is one Lancer, I think, that's gonna sleep in. And of course, yeah, they did just come in. As the dervish is also being chased, we have one. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, actually kills 2 of the villagers. That's so the timing is impeccable.
At the same time, though, on the gold of Wham, villagers are gonna get sniped. 1 goes down on the gold. The horseman didn't get any more, though. The Camel Lancer is there now to defend. Oh, they're gonna go for another one. Finding it this time around, though. But yeah, the thing at the end of the day is that if Wham's now able to still get all of the relics in, which, okay, he can't get all of them because one is being... Wait a second, why did that relic spawn like inside of the base of Anton? Is this EGC Altai or is this normal Altai? I think there's an EGC Altai. Okay,
yeah, I think it's
Altai. Okay.
Yeah, well, Wham has the same thing. I think this happens. I think it's just on EGC, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it must be. It must be EGC Altai, right? Because like on normal Altai, chances are typically that the close relic still spawns behind the cliff.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely, I do remember. Blacksmith now being dropped for Wham as well. Anotand, he's, the spears paid off. He secured himself somewhat. He did pay 5 villagers for it though as well. Did pick up another one though from Wham's side. But is now on the way to the castle edge. However, this timing...
He's not even clicked it yet.
Yeah, and this few civilizations with more brutal all-in timings than Ayyubids, that's for sure.
This is peak Manjanique hours right now.
Indeed, and especially with the way the fortress and the high trade house is positioned. I mean,
all the woodlines in general.
Yeah,
you can just fire over the woodline.
Exactly. Like this spot is begging for Manjanique.
That's not a Manjanique.
That is very far from a Manjanique. I mean, I'm just, I'm
That's,
not mad. I'm just kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a mansion disappointment if I've ever seen one.
Without a doubt. Oh well. That's why we can't have nice things. But at least we have Wheelbarrow coming in and Steeled Arrow, so that's something.
Something. And we've got dervishes that can't be killed by horsemen.
Ah,
But they
it's never gonna
can
happen.
kill villager. No, they can't kill a villager. The dervish would never allow that. Go, villager, pull the ship. Show him what you're made of. Or don't.
Maybe, maybe if he had all 3 of the melee techs in Imp, he can out damage the dervish, but I don't think so.
I love how the dervish is on attack move and he's like running away. And whenever like a hit comes in, oh, I'm gonna heal. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna heal. Oh, I'm done.
It happens. Anotand is just sticking to his guns. It's just more.
It's
horsemen.
more horsemen. Yeah.
I mean, in theory, Horseman Spear can deal with this composition. The issue is the numbers here, but yeah.
It's a numbers game at the end of the day.
It's insane, really.
We'll seek shelter. Villagers trying to cuddle up to the enemy unit. And Anotand realizes, okay, this strategy needs to go back in the oven because it is still raw. GG comes in, and that means that we'll be having a match point game. Wham! 2-2 to Anotand.
As it was mentioned before, right, these players, Wham and Anotand, when they meet, they often go the full length, so closely matched them two. And yet again, we witnessed that here. One game to decide it all between these two here. Of course, neither will be eliminated, win or lose here. That will be determined tomorrow. But still, a lot to be gained here. Securing the spot and, not having to worry about fighting yet again tomorrow. And yeah, this was quite special.
Very special. I mean, I can see the vision. It's just that, legitimately, if it weren't for the dervish, that would have worked. If it weren't for the dervish, and that's crazy to me.
It's true. I genuinely think Wham is just straight up dead. If this doesn't work, you would have lost probably double the villages if not for the dervish. But the issue,
He could have even not lost a single villager. Like, legitimately, didn't even need to lose a single one.
Potentially, right? But I mean, one or two villagers will get pinched by all the horsemen, right? He definitely could have lost way less, but not losing any. I mean, we need some incredible micro for that to happen, which I mean, I'd love to see, but it's pretty difficult. Speaking of difficult, though, Holy Island. That's a difficult map.
It is the holiest of lands. Yeah, it is a difficult map because it, by default, requires you to have 2 eyes. You need 1 eye for land and 1 eye for water. And typically, people only look at one thing at the same time.
It's true. Some people have the marvelous skill of being able to split individually where either of their eyeballs are pointing. An invaluable skill on this map, I'm sure. But
they're just getting looked at in a weird way by children in the playground.
Exactly right. That would be useful here, but I'm not sure either of these players had that ability. I don't recall seeing it, having met both of them. But Anotand was Yushi.
He says it. He says it all the time, and he's quite confident with Juji's legacy. He says, "My Juji's legacy can never be beaten. It's been beaten a couple of times in the past, but those don't count." So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting, to say the least. HRE, we've seen it from Marine Lord, still a very, very strong civ on water. Juji's legacy, they're special. They're special in their own ways, and yeah, I mean, especially on Holy Island, sometimes you get like these absurdly obscene meditation garden spots that like give you as many resources for villagers.
It's true. A big bonus on a map like this. Sometimes we see that being, it's notably on Kawasan that we see that being counterplayed, less so on Holy Island, but in theory it's something that could be attempted here, right? Especially with a civ like the HRE, that early economic bump is not to be underestimated. But the problem is, right, that on Kawasan, you know, the spears can deny the docks completely. Here they can as well, but there's 3 other islands to go to as well, so not as easier said than done.
12 seconds separating us.
Do wonder though. Holy Island is interesting in the dynamic that it's way harder to push on water here.
It is. It's a lot of distance that players have to like travel, and yeah. We'll see exactly what's going to be happening here. We do know how Anotand typically likes to play, and he's immediately not doing that. Instead of just rushing the feudal age, he is actually going to be moving to water immediately. Okay, unexpected. That's not the Anotand that I know. Not my Anotand. Not sure who this imposter is. He's actually playing water in Dark Age. That's Rui's legacy.
I'm going straight towards the shoreline here. Wham, no surprises there. Meanwhile, Anotand, we have seen a very interesting build on this map before from Kiliardi actually, where he forgoes fishing altogether and goes for a very brutal timing with an aggressive dock and a fast age up. Not going to be the case here for Anotand. Instead, he opts to play pretty standard initially here. And yeah, these are some hot spots for sure.
Decent, slightly decent. Yeah, like you can put it probably like right next to the middle gold, get all 3 gold veins. Okay, I don't think you can go for this one, mainly because you can't fit the meditation garden in between, but also because that's on the side of your opponent's base, like of the
Never
opponent's
say
side
never,
of the map.
Brackety.
I refuse.
We have here a lot of sheep on that scout there from Wham. Normally,
I would kill that sheep.
Yeah, I mean, thing is, actually though, is it worth it? Because especially as Jushi, you have very tight timings on this early build and not gathering the food, right?
You're gonna have to do a lot of traveling with the villager now anyways. Like, he's gotta go all the way back, so you might as well kill a couple of these sheep here, right?
Yeah,
Here we go.
True.
That's minus 400 food. And now you can actually, like, you just forced the enemy scout. Oh, you just forced the enemy scout. Imagine now you get your own scout over here and just suddenly take the sheep away.
Oh, you took the words from my mouth. That would be special, and I'd love to see it. But looks like Anotand's scout is all the way in the north. He might try to do it later. He's coming back towards the base. Wham though is already moving on the gold, so looks like Wham is going to prioritize a quick age up here.
He's got to go into gold a little bit earlier just because he's HRE, needs to gather a little bit overtime. Oh, here we go. Another sheep. Give it another sheep. Oh,
is he gonna?
Okay.
Nah, he's not gonna fall for it. He's not gonna fall for it. Close though.
Kill another. Kill another.
Wait.
He's going for the scout kill?
He's gonna win this. He's gonna win this. Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, it's gonna take forever for the
yeah.
Okay, that's effectively minus 800 food there on one screen.
It's true.
Yeah.
That
1,000 even. Yeah. Minus 1k.
Secondary dock now for Anotand as well. Meanwhile, Wham is firmly on his way towards the resources needed to get to that feudal age. I have to say though, from my experience practicing on this map, unless you go for a cheese timing with like very, very few or no fishing ships, a fast age up like this virtually never pays off.
Yeah. I mean, it depends, right? Like in this situation on this map, we've seen the meditation garden spots that are possible here. It can be worthwhile when you're getting like 75 gold per minute there on the top side. Getting the age up in at minute 3 compared to minute 5. Can be worth it. Can be quite nice.
Yeah,
We get some pretty intense timings in.
Yeah, for sure, you can definitely make an argument for it, specifically because of, like you said, the meditation gardens, getting that resin.
What is going on here?
Offset. No.
What is going on?
What?
Oh, he knows. Wham knows where the meditation garden would come in, and he is. Yeah, actually, no, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he's. This is going to be Proxy House.
Okay. Wait a second. Oh, he wants to... Wait, is this just going to be a full proxy base here from...
Proxy men-at-arms. But Juji's legacy get early palace that you can supervise. That can outrun men-at-arms and have the same melee armor.
And Zuganu, which will melt them very, very quickly as well. What's the idea here? I don't. Oh, it is a barracks. It is a barracks.
It is going to be the Dark Age man. Yeah, I mean it's. So
is
if
this
Anotand
just
realizes this is so, I want to say, like, incredibly even a stable, like, all of this can just be countered out with early palace guards.
This is something specifically on this map, not in this situation, but something I was theorizing with another fellow player of potentially being very effective. As I said, not in this situation or with these civs, but in theory, purely because of the nature of the map, the defensiveness of the water, you can even throw arrow slits in there. You just very much limit your investment on water and instead sneak a full investment on land behind this, exactly this way. As I say that, it's not very sneaky though, considering the men-at-arms, the first one is going to reveal himself and hit directly here. But that is the starting gold for Anotand, so...
Gonna get the outpost up in time though, if he commits to it. Even has a horseman to defend here. Pressure outpost isn't being finished up yet. Go for it. Double horseman. Yeah, and hand cannon placement. Oh, that is so much damage that Wham's taken here. The plan's just kind of falling apart. Themes right away.
Yeah,
this is such a risky strategy for, like, the match point game. It's crazy.
It really is. I mean, this is something that looks practiced at the end of the day, right? But I don't know if it was practiced in this matchup or what exactly the timing idea was here. Double stable now. I mean, the good news...
so gung-ho.
The good news for Wham, though, is that, it's not like Anotand has a severely stronger eco and, the timing didn't work out. The fishing ship count is even. So, in theory, Wham is fine, really, even if he takes a couple of bad trades here. He's going to cause some idle time now as well.
Just going straight for the eco in the wood line. But there we go, Palace Guard. That's the answer. The answer to the horsemen, the answer to the men-at-arms. If you can just pump out those Palace Guards, you'll be in a great spot.
That you will be. One villager is very likely to go down here, though. That's a decent pickup here for Wham. And a lot of idle time. Yeah, that's very big as well, understated. It's a big pump here from Wham. The Aachen Chapel being put to maximal use here, without a doubt. He's going to lose the official, potentially. The official's dead.
Oh, that's big.
Second one, maybe. No, not quite, but close. That might be worth it.
I don't know if it's worth it, but it's something. That much is for certain. We're getting more early Palace Guards in now, though. And those guys just, like, that man-at-arms is never gonna make it home. And
nope.
Typically, HRE men-at-arms are better than Palace Guards. Not in Feudal Age. In Feudal Age, Palace Guards absolutely mop the floor, even with HRE men-at-arms.
How much is the move speed difference, I wonder? It's not that much.
1.38 to 1.24. And look at that, 120 HP to... I don't know why. I don't know. Don't ask me. Nobody in the chat asked me. If you're asking me in chat, I'm not going to respond. But for some reason, early Palace Guards have 10 more health than feudal age men-at-arms with the same armor and the same damage. I don't know why.
And considering that the men-at-arms has a shield as well, it makes it even more nonsensical.
Complete and total misinfo. Time to fact check. It's not a... So, okay. Now, observe... Click one of the palace guards. 130 health, 3 melee, 9 damage, 120 health, 3 armor. Okay, it has 10 damage. Okay, that's the difference, but still 10 more HP for no reason.
Yeah, it does trade off 1 ranged armor, right? Which is pretty significant, but of course there's no range in it outside of
way
two
more
Zuganu.
worthwhile.
Anotand consolidating his eco further. I like how he responds to being... Oh, actually, no, he actually killed... I think it was 2 fishing ships, it looks like. Most likely. So now taking the lead by 3.
Anotand realized that he can just mass men-at-arms here. Both players now remassing on water as well, though. We're getting some more springle shipped in on both sides. He's kind of running out of... We didn't come a little bit.
Yeah, he was actively gathering sheep under that Aachen chapel to afford this early pump, but the sheep are now exhausted, I believe, especially considering he lost quite a few of them. We have some quick maths being displayed here.
An HP differential there.
Do wonder here, there's a lot of men-at-arms, a lot of palace guards. Looking a bit like, I mean, you know, quite often we see palace guard on palace guard on men-at-arms action in feudal age in lower ranks, right? But not often in high elo. Yet here we are in a tournament game witnessing it.
It's kind of funny how this game's kind of devolved now at this point in time, because we still have like these 3 random production buildings from Wham over on the side of Anotand's base.
But they're gonna come in use later, I'm sure. You know.
Surely.
It's kind of like that case, you know that classic a classic meme where I'm not sure if there's an actual name for the format, but something, you know, is really good at the lower end of something, then it's useless for a while, and then at the top level again, it comes full circle and it's actually really good.
I know exactly. You're talking about like the graph meme.
Yeah.
Like down, then up, and down again.
Yeah. What, I'll be honest, I have never seen a Holy Island game with so little action on water.
See, it's a hybrid map, not a water map.
This game proves it beyond any reasonable doubt, I would say. Finally, we have one of the first significant water clashes here.
And at the same time, Wham's also preparing for land. Ooh, the wraparound though with the demo ships.
Oh, that's
that is a
massive.
huge. Oh my god, it's so big. It is so massive. 2 Pringle ships going down, and Anotand also taking down the demo ships there from Wham. Wham's gonna have to fall back. Same time, Wham doesn't quite fall back all the way. Does also attack at the same time, but is gonna have to back off. But he can't back off because these palace guards are actually quite speedy.
They are indeed. So normally HRE is the one who punishes the ones who overextend due to their movement speed, but now that is being reversed courtesy of the palace guards. It's quite funny though how this Zuganu have no chance of keeping up with the palace guards. That's
they're
funny to see.
They're just they're part of the gang, except they're also not. At this point in time, he's got so many villagers outside of the inspiration of the...
It appears we have some contention of your theories, Rakiti.
Oh no. But Altune, that's in a vacuum.
The one and only.
That's in a vacuum where it's only up against men-at-arms. Like in an army, the palace guards provide more worth as a meat shield unit.
Make sure I hope you tapped your forehead
Get your facts
as you were
straight.
saying that.
Actually.
Wordplay is quite hesitant to do a full commitment here, understandably so, as the armies are very similar in strength here. Army value lead is in favor of Anotand. However, Palace Guards are more expensive, as we have just done.
Oh, he's getting some villager kills, actually. A lot of villager kills. Anotand. A lot of villagers just got killed there.
Big damage being caused there. And idle time as well behind this. This is a
Anotand has
mass.
the army in theory to fight back, right? Like he's got 20 Palace Guard.
But the upgrades as well, heavily in favor.
He was reading chat. He was reading chat and now no longer has faith in Palace Guards. Altai just lost in the game.
That might be it, potentially. I mean, as soon as you lose faith, we know that the stats of the unit decreases immediately. So, as a result of that...
Look at how well they're doing! Look at how well the Palace Guards are doing. There we go. Altai, your statistics are wrong, and you should feel bad.
Show match? The village is
both
now
players
directly under threat.
It's interesting that the fight's not really like being taken right now. Like both players have such a large army. Gonna lose a village here. Anton's gonna have to rebuild that house for the time being.
I do think there's a notable lack of Zuganu here from Anotand. I mean, I guess he's wary of horsemen. There were a lot of them on the field from Wham earlier, but really, Zuganu is your premium unit here as the Jushi. The archers just cannot cope with the damage output, even with the additional movement speed that Wham's archers have. Sure, they have an extra half range, but you can't manifest it well enough to actually lead to an advantage.
Cathedral actually now coming up here for Wham. Anton, he still hasn't taken the fight there. He's gonna pick up... Okay, I'm not sure what these archerships are doing. They're probably trying to go for a little bit of a raid on the fishing economy. Anton, he's lost a lot of villagers now. Just lost a couple more yet again. Just not really moving out. He lost 3 more villagers there on the gold.
That is
I'm just
painful.
wondering why, because he's got a large army. He's got more than double the men-at-arms numbers here on the field.
Wham! Why is he taking this fight? This could be really pivotal.
That is a bad fight for him to...
Was aging up as well?
And Anton could have taken a fight like this the entire time.
Oh, this is disastrous. I don't understand why he turned... He actually entered, like, charged forward into the fight there. I mean, sure, he can't run away effectively. The Palace Guards are faster, but... I mean, you're not going to take that much damage on the retreat. It's not like the Zuganu will ever catch up in time.
Yeah.
And this is now... What looks like, I think, in favor of Wham is suddenly completely turned around, and I think Wham could be in big trouble here.
Most definitely. Wham has to pull all of the villagers away from the gold now. Doesn't have any... Do we have emergency repairs on that outpost? Not being utilized. We don't have any prelates at the moment yet picking up any of the relics, and there are a lot of relics here on this map. We're not going to be able to pick off the remaining couple of archers here.
I will say, though, it is nice seeing the players, as the day goes on, them also getting progressively more unhinged, just as we, the casters, are too. As just a swath of Palace Guard now, with the veterans here, are diving directly in the economy up. Nice little split there from Wham to at least save half the villages, but they're standing still.
Wham!
Wham!
Villagers!
No. Wait,
oh
is this
my god.
No, he was distracted the whole time, yeah. That is disastrous.
It's also going for water engagement at the same time.
Oh no, Wham.
It's even numbers.
The hopes are dwindling here in this game.
Where are the knight? They're not here.
They were
They're in the
produced
proxy
from
knight.
the stables. On Anotand's
And he's
side
just
of
lost
the map.
all the villagers, all the worker lead that he managed to get on the other side. He just lost.
It's quite funny how
What
the
is happening
proxy
here?
is working against him, being forced to come all the way back to base. Yeah, I do think he has an upgrade lead on
Maybe
water,
come back
though,
on
if
water?
I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the chance that he needs, but he needs to completely wipe Anotand on water, I think, to really
Yeah.
come back here, which easier said than done, especially on this map.
Villager migrations the entire time. It's been so painful to watch. And Anotand's got more knights than Wham.
Just like that. And the better knights as well on top of it once the Dali horses comes in, if it does so, but are we even going to reach that point? It does appear like Wham is quite decisively winning on water, but it'll be a while before that win on wood actually manifests. Gold. No.
He can't get gold anymore.
And he's still producing men-at-arms.
That is a rough one. Rough situation. Sure, he's gonna win on water now, but how is he gonna come back from the situation? He would need like water trade.
No relics collected either behind this as well, despite the Regnitz. Even the apprentice at the Aachen could have jumped out to pick one up, but
he could land on the middle island and get gold there. That's a way.
It's an idea. I'm not sure he's gonna have villagers left on the main island by the time the transport ship reaches that island, but it could potentially work.
God, all the villagers down.
It's disastrous here in game number 5
yeah,
for Wham. It was looking so good earlier on there for Wham, pushing Anotand back, taking some good trades, killing a bunch of villagers, but I can't understand whatsoever the reasoning behind that fight. Maybe he was focused on water and looked away. Might have been a misclick, but all of a sudden, Wham, with very little hopes left in this game, finds decent damage here. I mean, the economy count has been closed quite a bit, and Anotand is not noticing these villagers dying on the gold.
That's crazy.
Anotand has no water left whatsoever, but...
And Wham's raiding with the proxy. Well, try to.
That's
what
just
is
crazy.
This game?
It's... I don't know. I gave up on trying to understand this one. One thing's for sure, that was fun.
Yeah.
But is it even over?
How long is it gonna take for TC to burn down? It's still with emergency repairs.
I mean, at this point, there's more lancers on the field than Wham has ships and lancers and prelates combined, so...
This is the moment in time where Wham needs to start water trading somehow. Needs to somehow get enough wood in for like the first trade ship.
Somehow.
And from there on out, the true game can begin.
I like how there's zero income for Wham whatsoever outside of his fishing ships. His villagers are, however many there are left.
He's running. He's making a run for it.
Oh, and Anotand had them on click. Oh, but he notices just in time. And there's a lancer and a horseman there to meet them as well. There's the boarding party.
Going to the ships. There's the transport ship.
Oh no. Oh, that's gonna be a massacre before they reach it. So many will go down. They will make it, but at what cost here?
Quite a cost.
No. Wait.
But now he's getting gold again.
Wait, is he though? Wait, there's villagers already on the island? Oh, okay.
We already sent some over.
We missed that one.
The thing is, he still can't protect any of his landmark.
No, he cannot.
And he doesn't have wood. Like, he can't make water trade. There's nothing he can do, really.
There really isn't, honestly. I mean,
there is a market.
There's a market and a dream. One can only sell so much fishing food for gold, or buy wood with that obtained gold for that matter, but...
Anotand's just gonna age up to Song Dynasty, go for farm transition on land, and, you know, eventual Yuan Dynasty.
It's looking pretty dire. Worse and worse, and... I mean, Wham, he's still making lances, right? Which, you know, at the end of the day, it's like even worse because the lancers are just weaker than Anotand's at the end of the day, despite the
and they're just gonna get picked off as well.
Exactly, despite the ridiculous number differential on top of it, so... I think it pains me to say, but Wham looks to get the short end of the stick here today, and he's going to be forced to fight tomorrow for his spot in this tournament. So, you know, it's sad to see him lose. It will be sad to see Anotand lose, of course. I love them both. But they're not out, no matter which one loses, although, you know, it's looking quite likely which one it is at this point.
It's the seeding, right, that you don't want to give up.
It's true. It is pretty big. Emergency repairs coming in, just a second.
Oh my god, don't tell me he's gonna use it again.
Of course.
He's gonna use it again. It's not gonna repair it that much though, it's also burning at the same time. Four Lancers and a Dream.
Maybe.
Nah, don't.
Can... Okay.
Don't.
I'm sorry. I'm not even... Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to counter repair. He bought wood to repair. Oh? You were saying, Miriam?
You know, I am a relentless coper. So... Okay, don't worry. It's fine. No. There's no coping through this one.
Unless...
If you really believe, if you set your mind to landmark sniping Anotand,
experience tranquility.
Around the meditation gardens is the tranquility to be found.
All we need right now is the Swabia on the island and water trade. I'm surprised that we don't have any water trade yet. Like just a single one to like get the ball rolling, right?
True.
Come
I mean,
on.
frankly, I have seen a worrying amount of players win with 0 land presence on this map. And
Yes.
so, you know,
I see a lot of dots moving towards the base here from Wham again. A lot of spearmen this time around, lots of spear horsemen and some lances as well. Don't think Wham's prepared for that.
the spearmen as well.
Is he actually
just
trying
too
to
much.
get... Yeah.
It's just... I mean, we must have trade ships being produced now, right? I believe.
At least one. Yeah, he's got
two of
two.
them.
There we go. Okay. Two's gonna be enough. Two's gonna be enough to kickstart the water comeback. Dude, if he actually gets the win condition in for it, I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna be engaged in this game.
Well,
He's getting there. He's getting to Swabia. He's not letting up. Wham! He's gonna try it all.
oh, he's
He's
gonna
gonna try it.
Here's the reality.
He's
though,
gonna
right?
do it.
If Wham is destined to win this game, he will do so in, I don't know, at least an hour from now. Let's be honest. That's like kind of how long it needs to take.
Yeah,
And,
it's gonna take that long, but it is possible. And the thing is, there's still more resources along the shoreline that he can protect with his ship. So he could like garrison transport ship units over to like the stone there on the shoreline, get a keep up. But he needs to age up quickly here. He needs to age up very, very quickly here.
But
Oh my
Nico,
god, he needs a little bit more food.
does
His
he
landmarks
still
are
have
about
the
to snipe.
market To buy food? Does he still
He
have
doesn't have the market anymore.
No,
It's
he
been burnt
lost
down.
it. There's no wood.
Swabia, Swabia, Swabia! Everything
no.
on. It's too late, it's too late!
too late.
Anotand, he does it!
Emergency repairs?
There's the
there's
DC's
no
down,
TC,
he can't!
yes. It's over.
GG comes in! Wham
Forced
cannot
GG.
come back! Oh my god.
Truly the game to round out the day here.
Oh, what a
my
set. What a
God.
series.
I'm almost crying, man. Holy moly. That was
It was one of those sets where you could just cry at the end, but man, that was incredibly entertaining. Anotand winning 3-2 against Wham. What a back and forward between the two.
I don't even know what to say. I have nothing to say.
Absolute
If I
cinema.
speak, I'm in trouble. Big trouble.
Oh man, that was amazing. That was amazing. The entire series between them. Holy. Oh, what weird games. What weird games. Like, it's starting off with Coastal Cliff with the random, like, Lancaster Castle in the middle of the map, the boar getting sniped. Frisian marshes then. Just incredible amount of units harassing the Malian economy. Forge with Japanese, just the all-in at the end. Well, not the all-in, but like the farm transition, the timing then with the mass mounted samurai. Altai was the weirdest game.
You could say that one again. I mean, I do know who's responsible for that, but it sounds like someone waiting on the line for us.
Yeah, we'll be able to ask Anotand ourselves. And ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Anotand. Congratulations on winning against Wham 3-2. How are you feeling after this chaotic set?
To be honest, yeah, I feel relieved because I was scared to meet Mudan once again, and I feel ashamed because I feel like I don't really deserve victory. I was just not played my best.
Well, sometimes you might feel like you're not performing at your best, but it might still be enough in order to win the set. In this case, it definitely was enough, but I've got some questions for you, Anatand, and I'm sure the chat also has some questions here for you. One thing first that everybody wants to know: who made you do this on Altai?
Man, look at his spawn. What I can do? I was hesitated to not pick Rus but pick JT and do the same with Horseman, but I was scared of HRA a bit. Like, he had 4k foot and 4k gold in the back. Like, I feel like it's a good map for Ibit, but yeah, I don't know what to do versus it. So I just, okay, let's go.
I mean, like, what was the idea with the Horseman play there?
Man, I'm teammate with MSN and Valdemar. Like, I combine.
Yeah,
I
okay.
combine
That's all we want to know. That's all we want to know.
Yeah.
We want to ask who made you do that. Okay, we gotta answer. Oh man. Other than that, though, that Holy Island game. What were you thinking? Like midway through, like when you saw the proxy building suddenly coming in.
To be honest, I was not super surprised because like I played with Meritlord this matchup and I just died 1-man term. So I was like kind of prepared to make units like SAP after Infield Age. So like I was surprised to see how much production, but I was ready to defend his attack.
It was definitely like a very, very back and forth game, and truly, like, we saw you just play very, very aggressive throughout this entire series. Just looking at like the Coastal Cliff games, you weren't really afraid to dive the Lancaster Castle, diving past the all the manors there. Frisian Marsh as well. Dark Age, you just fully pumped the Spearmen. Even when Wham reacted with a lot of Gunzos, just make more Spearmen. In the end, you will get the Imams there to buffer up your units. But yeah, overall, like, these were some really, really interesting games that you played. And I want to ask you, obviously, you've been practicing a lot recently as well for the tournament. I want to ask, get your opinion. You said earlier you didn't feel like you performed that well. How is your practice overall going? Like, even if you didn't perform that well today, do you think overall, like, your practice is paying off, that you're feeling prepared for the tournament, even if today wasn't peak performance?
Unsure, like, I played a lot of Path of Exile, now I'm playing Mega Bonk, mostly. I hope that next week I can catch up a bit, because yeah, I feel like I'm a bit fell compared to Marilord, Lemsi, right, Vortex, Canadians. Today I think I only won based by draft. Like, I feel like I'm only one person in top 8 who can lose the China-Japanese matchup.
Honestly, I think that was just... I don't think Japan is that bad in this matchup as well. Like, when you get to a point, like, you had some really crazy good transitions in that game as well with China, though. Like, the delayed pro scout and the timing when that deer came in just when like the sheep ran out. That was quite nice to see. Like the timing behind it was truly immaculate. Man, I'm honestly just whenever we get to watch you, it is such a joy because you bring so much like fresh innovation, I want to say, with your builds. You're not afraid of trying some wacky new things even in tournaments and making it work many times as well. And yeah, just it's always such a pleasure to watch you plan. Anotand, congratulations, you were able to beat out Wham 3-2 today. And yeah, I'm just very much excited to see more from you. And as I said, always a pleasure to see you play. VS Anotand, been a pleasure. I'm gonna release, yeah, I'm gonna release you into